Hello again, Pietro here. Thanks for clicking on by. The Apple Watch Ultra versus this thing, the OnePlus Watch. They are so different. But what I wanted to test is which one charges faster, and we'll talk about how long which one will last. But first, let's charge them up. They're both dead. We're going to use the OEM charging puck for the OnePlus. See right there, OnePlus. This is as fast as it will go. It just needs 5 watts because that's about it. To make it completely fair, we'll use this Samsung, which will produce 10 watts. And then this one will get the maximum allowed Apple 25 watts. And yes, we have the new braided cable that Apple sends out with the Watch Ultra. Plug these in the same charger. We don't need that plugged in. There we go. Yes. Ooh, almost time. Yes, it's time. 7:30 on the nose. Click. Okay, a little more complicated. Click. So this one we get the time. That's about it. Now when it gets really, really low, like 1 or 2%, and you shut it off, you still will get the time, but I couldn't even get the time. It was so low. And we are off and running. Ooh, what's the temperature? Now you weren't really thinking you're gonna get through a video of mine without seeing the temperature of gadgets, right? Come on, really. Who are you watching here? Yeah, the man with 2 watches. Temperature is very important while charging. You don't want your gadgets to overheat. That's very bad. Gadget number 1, Apple Watch, 19 degrees Celsius. OnePlus, 18.7. Desk temperature, 16. Yeah, it's nice and cool in here. Wall temp, 15. Yeah, it's cold. Nothing. OnePlus, 18% in less than 5 minutes? Okay, well, we have to wait until 5 minutes exactly. Can you hear that ticking? Can you hear it? I can hear it. One day I hope to have a microphone so sensitive you can hear the ticking on the Samsung Galaxy Watches. OnePlus is at a whopping 22%. Unknown. Apple has this thing, when you let the battery life go really, really low, it punishes you and it won't let you see what's going on. You just have to wait. We're waiting for the Apple Watch to still turn on. 8 minutes later, 35% by OnePlus. Let's talk something really important here. Battery size. And this is my Remarkable 2 tablet that I've had for nearly 2 years. The Apple Watch has a whopping battery, one of the largest we've ever seen in any Apple wearable, of 542 milliamps. Oh, very exciting. The Apple Watch just turned on and we are at 4%. Whoa. Meanwhile, 49%. Whoa, oh, sorry, 50%. Well, it looks like OnePlus is slightly winning, slightly. So this one took almost a full 13 minutes before it even told us what was going on because the battery life went down to 0, and that was my fault. I was trying to drain the batteries out. Now we're at 51%. But, you never know. Maybe the Ultra is going to catch up. Okay. Back to amperage. Now, this can be complicated. So the Apple Watch, 542 milliamps, right? Okay. Battery size, very important if you want it to last more than a day. And the Apple Watch 8, which is also new, the 45 millimeter version, only has 308. So the Apple Watch Ultra is nearly twice the size of any other watch. And some of the older watches, it is more than twice the size. So when we talk about milliamps, it's a term that we commonly use to measure the energy capacity of a battery. The more the milliamp, the longer the battery capacity or battery life. A higher number means that the battery can store more energy And higher capacity, of course, longer battery life for the gadget. Now if we zip on over to PC Magazine, a current flow for 1 hour measured in amperes or amps, abbreviated AH, and called amp hour, widely used to rate how long it takes for a battery to discharge. For smaller batteries, a milliamp hour or milliamp, MAH, right, is used. For example, a 500 milliamp battery means it will release 500 milliamps of current at a specific voltage for 1 hour before it is discharged. And that tells you to see ampere. A measurement of electric current in a circuit, commonly called an amp, contrasts with volts, which is a measure of force or pressure behind the current. That's very important. Multiplying amps times volts derives the watts, the total measurement of power in electrical equations such as Ohm's law, the symbol for ampere, I, C, ohm. And then you can see that it has 1 ampere is 6.28 times 10 to the 18th. It's a really long number. Electrons passing by the point of measurement in 1 second. So if we go to ohm, and open up one more tab, we have ohm, the unit of measurement, electrical resistance, Ohm's law, and then you get kind of complicated. But a lot of these chargers, on the back, you'll see that it has volts and amps, and that's how you can see the watts. So a lot of these chargers that you'll buy from Apple or OnePlus, actually OnePlus sends chargers with their devices, but not the watch, interestingly enough. That's for another story. On the back of these devices, these little charging bricks, as I call them, they have the volts, and then you take the volts times the milliamps, and that gives you the watts. So this is a 5-watt charger, and then the ones below that we're using are 10 and 25, much bigger. So this new Ultra can take a much larger amount of juice pushing into the device. Not as much as a phone will take, especially this OnePlus phone. Is it all making sense now? Now the battery size of the OnePlus, for that, we'll just have fun and ask the phone. What's the battery size of the OnePlus Watch? According to GSM Arena, 402 milliamps. 402. That's pretty good. And 1 gig of RAM. 90% with OnePlus, Apple 31. 26.25, 26.1, OnePlus, 24.3 Celsius. 31.5 on the back of the charger, 23.0. So much cooler and yet faster by OnePlus. Can I shut you down while I charge you? Shut down. I think it's just going to boot back up again. Cool animation. Yep, it just boots back up again. So neither watch lets you charge it while off, unless the Apple Watch is really, really low, and in that case, yes, it charges while off, but only for a little bit. If I hold down the select button, power off is disabled. But hey, I can do all those cool things. Oh, and we just got a notification from McDonald's? How did I get a notification from McDonald's when I'm in airplane mode? That's for a different video. 45 minutes later, Apple Watch is at 44%. Meanwhile, OnePlus, 98. Just like most watches, even the OnePlus slows down for that last 20% and then 10%. So as far as charging speed goes, if you take the battery percent divided by the number of minutes charged, you get battery speed per minute. Unknown for the first 5 minutes, but finally 12 minutes later, it turned on. 19% after 20 minutes. That's less than 1% per minute, Apple. That's not Ultra. 32-minute mark. Oh, a little faster. 0.97. We'll figure that in just a second. Meanwhile, OnePlus, 4.4% at its fastest. And even like that first few minutes, it was at probably 4.5%. Really, really good. And then it slows down to 2.8%, 0.97%. Not even 1% per minute on Apple. Meanwhile, 98 divided by 45, yeah, 2.17, or rather 2.18. Yeah, pretty cool that this watch charges so fast. Now, I won't get an alert when this hits 99, so I keep having to check it. And this one does not go into airplane mode. So you can't really charge it any faster than it is right now. But still, the fact that you can go to 50% in just 12 minutes when it was completely dead is really, really amazing. No other watch that I've tested does that. The Fossil Gen 6, really close, but still not as fast as the OnePlus. Had that one not died on me, I would have kept it, and then we could do another test, but maybe we'll test, or maybe I will test the Fossil Gen 7. Now, a fun feature that both of these watches have is you can open up the OnePlus app, go to Manage, and then Devices, and it will show your battery percent remotely. So anywhere in the house, you can quickly monitor. Had I not been doing this test, I would have unplugged it when it got to 85 or so and just left it, because even at 85, it will last well over a week. And the Apple Watch, you can create a widget, and then on that widget, you can monitor your battery percent. So my phone is at 58%, where meanwhile my Apple Watch is at 47%. 8:20, so now we're 50 minutes into the test. It just hit 100, yay! 50 minutes exactly, that's pretty good. Now normally I would leave this plugged in for a few minutes, but I don't need to. That's good. And 50 minutes for Apple, we're at 48%. Now yes, it does have a bigger battery, as we discussed earlier. It's a whopping 140 milliamps larger. So 140 milliamps larger. It is a thicker watch, but which one lasts longer? This one at 100%, I can enable AOD. So I can go to settings, display and brightness. Yep, AOD is always on. And then I cranked up the brightness for the video, but normally I have it on automatic. At those settings right there, it will last a good 6 days, almost 7. If I turn off AOD, this one will still last a solid 12 days, even though it's over a year old. This one, fully charged, without AOD, will last a good 3 to 4 days. With AOD, almost a day and a half to 2 days, depending on use. Now, part of me just wants to end the test right there because, well, it's over, right? OnePlus won. OnePlus won by a long shot, not just like a few minutes. It charges faster by, well, a plethora of minutes because it's charging over 4 times faster than the Apple Watch. I think even if they had the same battery size, OnePlus would still win because OnePlus, with their watches and their phones, they understand fast charging. Now, is that more harmful on battery life? Some would say yes. It depends how you do it. If we noticed when we checked the temperature of both watches, which one was hotter? The Apple Watch. The Apple Watch charges hotter. Charges hotter? Is hotter when charged. And it just kind of ruined my little charging graph. Bummer. So now we're at 50% finally after almost a full hour. I'm gonna go back to work, check my email, plan my day. I have to schedule a disc golf game. That'll be fun. Should we test these watches more? The answer is no. They're really not close. I really just wanted to make this about battery life and take a really huge deep dive. I was trying to fit this into like 5 minutes, and I'll edit it as much as I can, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be over 7 or maybe 10 minutes. And I'm trying this new light thing, and that's why I'm squinting, because I need another diffuser. But at least you can see me this time and you can see the gadget, so that's good. So even though we unplugged it, oh, it's down to 99. You know, it's a year and a half old, that's expected. Whereas this newer watch that's barely 2 weeks old, this will stay at 100 for over an hour. And the OnePlus Watch used to do that. Now, OnePlus has released a new watch called the OnePlus Nord. I haven't decided if I'm going to test that. Just for fun, I emailed OnePlus and asked them to send me a demo unit. Yeah, they haven't responded. So I think I'm going to have to send another email, or I just might buy it with my own money, as the expression goes. Just real quickly, the OnePlus Watch, for the money, $150. I was lucky, I did the pre-order, got it for $130. This watch, $800. So yes, it's a better watch, but the battery life is still better on this $130 watch with AOD or without. Is it as accurate? No. Does it do as many of the fun features? No. There's no AI, but it has alarms. You can respond to text messages, kind of. The GPS accuracy, I would say it's about 20% off from Apple. Even if you compared the Apple Watch 5 to the OnePlus Watch, the Apple Watch 5 would win and the OnePlus Watch would lose in both GPS accuracy and heart rate accuracy. Sometimes the heart rate's really low or it's really too high. It's just kind of all over the place, which is not what you want, and it's not what you need when you're training. But it does detect naps. It started doing sleep tracking and sleep analysis last year before Apple even hinted at that feature. So in some ways, it's a tiny bit better. But overall, yes, I would recommend getting a used Apple Watch 5 before you buy the OnePlus Watch. Hopefully they'll come out with another one. The Nord, yeah, I don't know about that one. I haven't tested it, so I can't say anything. If you want a watch that's gonna last longer and you're okay with mediocre heart rate and workout statistics, the OnePlus Watch is still a bargain for that $130 price tag. Let me see if it's changed. And the answer is no. The price has remained $159. It's available, it's in stock, 110 plus workouts. And funny enough, it still says on the website, 110 plus workout types will be available in May 2021 OTA, over the air. So when I first bought this last spring, it was incomplete. So they sold me a beta watch. And then a couple weeks after, then it started doing the workouts. But even though it says the workout, it's more of workout tracking, not workout analysis, if that makes sense. All right, I'll see you in a bit and we'll figure out how long it took this Apple Watch Ultra to fully charge from 0 to 100%. And the Apple Watch is finally charged. Let's take a look. So as soon as it fully charges, it says 100 and the little circle is complete. Then of course you can swipe down. There are no alerts, but on the connected iPhone, Apple Watch is fully charged. It used to tell the time like 1 minute later, 5 minutes later, but it's been 5 minutes and it's still not telling us. And then just a little bit ago, I took that screenshot. So at 09:04, it was at 95%. So by the notification on my phone, we have total charge time at 09:14. So it took another 10 minutes to go from 95 to 100%. And now we can unplug that and we have the fun graph. I do wish Apple would add in some charging stats. That would just be fun. Like, oh, your watch took this long, but you do have that little chart right there and it shows the time. So right around 5 a.m.-ish, it finally died. So now you're thinking, what happened? Did the watch record my sleep? And the answer is yes. Yes, it did.
I'm learning how to choose the right audio apps for you. Which one do you want to use to listen to this?
Oh, I want to use Spotify.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Okay. So if you want to make sure your assistant, Siri, doesn't automatically just talk to you when you do the raise to wake, you open up the Apple Watch, scroll on down to Siri, raise to speak, turn off, listen for Siri, turn off, press digital crown. I recommend leaving that on. Okay, so now we go to sleep, and that's going to be underneath Apple Health, decibel warnings, scroll down, mindful minutes, time of sleep. 8 hours and 24 minutes. Show more sleep data. Okay, it looks like it didn't record much sleep data because, well, the battery died mid-stage. Let's see if auto sleep did anything because I'm running both apps simultaneously. And if I refresh, nope, kind of ruined my night's sleep. The other reason that it didn't record sleep if you look right here on my health stats, yeah, I forgot. I accidentally left a workout running. Exercise, workouts, mind and body. Yeah, started that accidentally at 23:08 and left it going until 4:48. Well, now we know the exact time of when my watch died. And then we also see that the heart rate stopped as well. It just turned off. Well, there you go. Yes, the OnePlus Watch charges faster. No, Apple still does not quite understand how to do wireless charging, but the hockey puck they designed where it just clicks right in, awesome. This prong thing that OnePlus, lame, don't like it. Do I recommend the OnePlus Watch? If you rewind, there's a little segment there where I say if you're looking for a mediocre watch, yeah, go ahead and give it a try. If you're a cyclist and you want to be an Ironman one day, yeah, don't buy the Apple Watch. Buy one of these. Buy a Phoenix watch. You don't have to have the 7X. Buy like a 5 or a used 6. Or even get a really used... I'd recommend the 6X. The 6X Sapphire Solar was pretty much just as good as this one, except for you didn't have touchscreen. So you can pick up the 6X for probably $400 on eBay, maybe even less. And that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for clicking on by. And yes, let the credits roll for the Paramount Kid. If you have more questions about either of these, type those down below, and I'll see you again sometime in the next 88 hours or sooner. But for now, goodbye. I'm going cycling. So should you.